Are you willing to jump rope in front of your students? If not, you could always swing it. You could just have the kids do it. But this game is so much fun. This is called On a Mountain, and I hope you had a chance to check out the game song where I teach my music club how to play the game. And some of them choose to jump rope. Some of them choose not to jump rope. But if you're willing to take a turn, it's really fun as a jump rope game. Today, let's go ahead and look at the rhythm and the melody that you can teach with the song. Speaking of that, rhythm first. On a mountain stands a lady, who she is I do not know. This song tends to stay in my lower grades, first, second, and third grade, because it has such a clear melodic example of sol, la, sol, mi, sol, la, sol, mi. On a mountain stands a lady. But you know what? It also has a really clear example of a fifth grade rhythm, Timka. Who she is, I do not know. On a mountain stands a lady. Try that with me. On a mountain stands a lady. Who she is, I do not know. It's a really clear example of a Timka, which of course I won't say to the kids until we actually present it. Let's use this song as a presentation for Timka. So we would start by reading this. Ready, go. Tika tika teet teet, tika tika teet tee. Let's go ahead and take these notes and put them underneath the right rhythms. I happen to be using a picture that I found on Google Images of a woman on top of a mountain. It's really cool. You won't be able to see that up close on the notes, but that's what these notes are. I printed them on a color copier on cardstock and then of course put a magnet on the back, and I would have students put them underneath the correct notes, or they would tell me what notes they go under. So let's start off with mountain. These go underneath the T's of beat 2. How about lady? These two are lady. What do these go under? Of course, beat 4 and those T's. Let's figure out these and these. On a Where does the first note go? And they would say on the very first tika tika, right here. What about this one? And they might say the second or the third. Let's say they say the third. I would skip it and move on to this one. What about this one? Who? Yes, of course, it's on the first. Who she is. And they might say that this one is also on the third, and you would put it on the third. Let's try it. On a mountain stands a lady. That doesn't sound right. Where should we move these to? And we could either move it and try this way, on a mountain, or they'll say, no, 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 it goes to the very last one. On a mountain, oops. How about this beat right here? Where is this note? Of course, this one is also on the fourth. And as you do this, I would tap the notes on the whiteboard so that you can keep track of the time. Here we go. On a mountain stands a lady. So this one is at the very end. What is our voice doing here? Of course, it's still going. We'll say that that is a hold line. What about this one? Stands a lady. Yeah, we're still singing there. So I'm going to put a hold line. That means that these two notes are connected with ties. Is it the same here? Of course it's the same here. These two are connected with ties. That means it is drawn wrong. Let's figure out what it looks like if we draw all this correctly. That means we have to erase both of these. That's interesting. That leaves a little bit of this beam for the fourth note. But I'm going to erase this. And if you have a T and a K and you put them together, it becomes a T. And what about adding the next K? That would be something called a dot. So we have a dot and a K still over here. So we have a T and a K. Let's try over here. Do we do the same thing? I would erase all of the ties and the whole line, erase the two in the middle because they're connected, and you erase right over here to about halfway, erase all these, and it's not just a T. There's also a dot. The dot makes it into 3 of those tikas, and I'm going to call this a T and a K. But there's a problem. The T is the line. What about the dot? Of course, do you remember when we learned Tom T? There was an M, and that was 3 T's. Well, this one is 3/16 notes, so I'm going to also do an M. I'm also going to do an M. This is called a Timka. Timka, Timka T T, Timka T T. Would you clap that with me? Timka T T, Timka T T. Because I teach this a little bit later in 5th grade, after I have already taught them Tom T and T Tom, I've already talked about the dot. I've already talked about it being 3 plus 1, and I can draw on those same skills. So I have used the same language that I used for Tom T, and this is Timka. Let's read some sentences. Ready, go. T-T-ta, Tim-ka-ta. T-T-Tim-ka-ta, rest. T-T-T-T-Tim-ka-ta. Ta, Tim-ka-ta, rest. Tim-ka-T-T-ta, rest. T-T-Tim-ka-T-T-ta. Tim-ka-ta, ta. Tim-ka-Tim-ka-T-T-ta. Tim-ka-T-T-T-ta. All she wants is ice cream cones. It's a great way to end with the song that we just sang, so it connects what we just learned to the written rhythm. Of course, I made these using Microsoft Word. I just drew a line, drew a dot, drew a line, drew a beam, and then I printed them onto cardstock, and I happened to laminate these. But laminating isn't always the best because it is somewhat reflective, and occasionally that becomes a real problem if you're underneath a document camera or you're in front of a class with a lot of lighting. So consider not laminating everything. And now let's work on melody. All she wants is gold and silver. All she wants is ice cream cones. For melody, I'm going to set up at the xylophone over there. Would you sing with me? On a mountain stands a lady. Who she is, I do not know. All she wants is gold and silver. All she wants is ice cream cones. It has a really clear example of so, la, so, mi, so, la, so, mi, that you can have 4th and 5th graders who you're teaching fa to, because that's what we're working on today, is how this song shows a clear fa in a couple of different keys. You can give them one mallet and have them sit here, or have 2 spots set up, 1 mallet for each kid, and you're going, on a mountain stands a lady. Have them figure out that part of the song. Just say, here we go. There's a so, there's a la, there's a so, there's a me. Now figure it out with your partner. And they'll noodle around and figure it out, and then you say, ready, go. On a mountain stands a lady. Very good. How about the next part? Who she is, I do not know. Try that. Who she is, I do not know. Uh-oh, there's no note there. They'll figure out that that open spot needs a bar. Who she is, I do not know. What can we put to go in there? Let's go ahead and put something between so and me. Is there a bar over there next to your, oh, look, I have a bar. I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Let's try it. Make sure you start on a G. On a mountain. Did you skip the F? On a mountain stands a lady. Who she is, I do not know. Try it again. All she wants is gold and silver. All she wants is ice cream cones. During the preparation part of an element where you're teaching a brand new melodic element, it's really good to have them play in the new tone set, to have them play in a tone set that they know, do, re, mi, sol, la, so, mi, re, do, but have another note, the new pitch, in it so that they're able to try out what it sounds like as they play in it. This is a great song because it has such a clear sol, la, so, mi, a very familiar tone set, re, do, even that they've been doing since second grade or third grade for my kids. So let's go ahead and try it. On a mountain stands a lady, who she is I do not know. And you can have them sing the letters. G, A, G, E, G, A, G, E, G, A, G, F, E, D, C. Very good. There's a brand new pitch between so and me, but we don't know the name of it yet. Let's do the next song. And you go on, you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive, a song that happens to have the same tone set, but we won't talk to them about that. This is a really good preparation lesson. And let's say you've taught the fa using another song, and you come back to this same song with your kids. You play the game, on a mountain stands a lady, and then you have them play the entire song in a new tone set. You don't tell them anything about it. You just have it already set up in a tone set in F. On a mountain stands a lady, who she is I do not know. Try that. On a mountain stands a lady, who she is I do not know. You can break it up in the first phrase and the second phrase like we did when we were in C. So imagine this is a practice lesson for fa. And we're going, on a mountain stands a lady. Let's all do that together. Sing the letters. C, D, C, A, C, D, C, A. Very good. Try the next part. Who she is, I do not know. Oh no, we need another bar. Of course, we have another bar right over here. What letter is that? Oh, it's a B, and it goes right between A and C. A few of you have already figured out what the problem is going to be. Let's try it. On a mountain stands a lady, who she is. That sounded weird. Who she is, I do not know. That does not sound right. But wait a minute, where is the half step supposed to be? So during the preparation and presentation of fa, at some point you will need a few lessons that talk about it being a half step between mi and fa, and a whole step between so and fa. This might not be the song to teach that, but if they have already heard that, is that a half step or a whole step? A half step or a whole step? Yes, that's a half step. But what about between me and this pitch? Is that a half step or a whole step? Yeah, that's a whole step. But wait a minute. Above me to fa, that has to be a half step. You know what? They make special bars that fit into that space that give you the right half step. And it's called a B flat bar. Whoa, a B flat. Do you remember when we were on keyboards? Now, I don't know if you teach keyboards or if you have pianos or what's the way that you show white notes and black notes. However you do, you would show them. Remember, we've talked about how there are white notes and black notes? Well, B flat is a black note, and it is only a half step. There we go. So, fa, mi, re, do. Who she is, I do not know. Have you ever wondered how to teach kids that they need a flat in F. Have you ever tried that? This is a wonderful way to teach that they need a flat to be in the key of F, at least for a song that has a fa in it. Just like when you teach a T, that's the time that you can teach why they need an F sharp, but that's for another day. Sing it with letters. C, D, C, A, C, D, C, A, C, D, C, Bess, A, G, F. If you don't teach the Kodai method of how to sing accidentals, you could just call it a B flat. C, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. But you might as well have a system, so it's one syllable. C, D, C, Bess, A, G, F. You could teach it that way. Either way works. You could do B flat or you could do Bess. I would probably teach that it's Bess and then never talk about it again. So they might not ever actually learn it, but at least they've heard me say it. C, D, C, Bess, A, G, F. And this is a great way to teach B flat as a necessary note in the key of F major. Wow, that was a lot of fun working on a Mountain and looking at the ways that we can use this fun game song to teach rhythm and melody. It's been great having you in the music room. Come on back when I teach you another great game song and the melody and rhythm elements you can teach with it. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. On a mountain stands a lady. Who she is, I do not know. All she wants is gold and silver. All she wants is ice cream cones.